Now, a recent international report has painted a bleak picture about crime in our country. The Global Initiative Against Transnational Organized Crime released the Crime Index this week, and that shows that South Africa is 7th on a list of countries worst affected by crime. And you may look at 7th and think, well, how many actually are there? A total of 193, and that helps to really put this in perspective. 7 out of 193 countries. We are talking this morning to Willem Els, who is with the Institute for Security Studies, and he joins us now from Pretoria to give us more insights on this report. Willem, a very good morning to you. South Africa does not bode well as far as these numbers are concerned. 7th out of 193 countries. Talk to us about this and exactly the nature of this organized crime that was being evaluated.
Good morning to you, Tammy. Yes, when it comes to the Organized Crime Index, you don't want to be in number 7. You want to be in 190 or 193. Then it means that crime is not rampant in your country. So that is very bad. And we see that in 2021, when the first Organized Crime Index was published, South Africa actually ranked number 19. So there's a deterioration in terms of our standing on the index. Now, just in short, the index actually look at 15 different crime markets or criminal markets that are then being evaluated and assessed. Sorry, and the one that came up on top this time around was actually financial crimes. It was displaced. It displaced actually human trafficking. That was the most prevalent in the previous index. And the reason for that is mainly because financial crimes was actually added to the basket this time around.
When we talk of financial crimes, what exactly are we implying, or what exactly are we making reference to?
We're looking at tax evasion, we're looking at illicit money flows, we're looking at money laundering. South Africa is losing in the vicinity of about $100 billion. A billion rand, in terms of taxes, just with the illicit money flowing out of the country and coming into the country in terms of goods, illicit goods. So that is very serious for South Africa. That is more than 1% of the GDP of South Africa.
One thing that I also find quite interesting about this report, Willem, is that it says here that syndicates and mafias have literally turned this country into their playground. Give us perspective about what type of syndicates are we talking about? And when we talk about mafias and organized crime, what exactly are we making reference to?
Yeah, if you look at syndicates, we see your serious crimes like the racketeering and the extortion and the abduction of people. That is your mafia style type of crimes that is actually rampant at the moment. And then also, when you look at your organized crime syndicates, that's where your tender fraud, your building mafia, and all the others are coming in, where these criminal syndicates come from abroad, and they are also homegrown. They function across borders. But what actually happens also is whenever they want to find a foothold within the illicit economy in South Africa, they have to compromise state actors. So the higher the state actor that they can compromise on operational as well as on a political level, the more protection they will receive and the more they will thrive in South Africa. So this index and our status on this index is just an indication for us that that conditions are very conducive for these syndicates to operate in South Africa due to the high levels of corruption within the civil service as well as in the private sector.
You bring up such an important point, Willem, that in order for you to be corrupted, there needs to be an environment that will facilitate that. And so therefore, as you are saying, government is facilitating that. Even businesses, local businesses, are facilitating that. Did it go into greater detail as to, I guess, who these stakeholders are that form party to the syndicates and the mafia organized crime?
Unfortunately, did not do that. It was very general in its assessment. But if you analyze what is going on. I mean, everybody watching this bulletin at the moment has been affected by the saga at Eskom. There is just a prime example of how corruption and how these syndicates infiltrate an organization, and how, with the assistance of the actors within the system, they can actually just loot the fundings of these companies. So that is just one of the examples. But your big challenge in South Africa is that, due to what is going on, and due to the high criminality in South Africa, and also the illicit flows, money laundering, etc., South Africa has been grey-listed by FATF, and we are currently struggling to get out of that. It's going to take us about 2 years at least to get out of the grey listing. And one of the challenges that we have of the 8 indicators that they actually provided us to improve on is that there must be consequences. We have got all the majority of the legal instruments in place. We've got very good policies in place, but our lack of political will and our lack of operational operations against these actors in order to bring them to book and have successful prosecutions, that is where we are found lacking at the moment.